I never imagined my marriage could shatter with one quiet sentence. Yet there she was, one calm evening, swirling wine at the kitchen island as if nothing in the world was wrong, and saying it so smoothly I almost laughed. "I think we should open our marriage." The words left her mouth with the ease of someone who had rehearsed them in front of a mirror, again and again. For a moment I waited for her to smirk, to nudge me, to confess it was some strange joke. But she didn't. She merely lifted an eyebrow, cool and collected, like she was educating a child about modern relationships. "Mature." That was the word she used. Mature. As if disagreeing meant I was old-fashioned, insecure, or less evolved. My heart pounded, my palms damp against the table, but I kept my expression steady. "If that's what you want," I said. She exhaled, relieved, almost triumphant. She had expected a fight. Instead, she saw compliance. What she didn't see was the storm forming behind my calm. What she didn't know was that with her little experiment, she had opened a door I would never close again. In the following days, the signs of her affair were everywhere. Her phone glued to her hand, always screen down. Late meetings that stretched suspiciously long. A different perfume lingering on her clothes. Small marks on her skin she never had before. Laughter, soft, secretive, meant for someone else. My stomach roiled with humiliation, but I stayed silent. Let her believe I was the obedient husband, too timid to protest. But I was watching. And waiting. At a neighborhood barbecue, I overheard two women whisper behind me. "Can you believe she even asked him?" She'd already set everything up. "She's cruel. Poor guy doesn't know." And in that instant, the truth cut deeper than any blade. She wasn't looking for permission. She wanted validation for something she'd already started. My chest went cold, but I lifted my beer, joked with the guys, and inside made a promise. I would not be her casualty. She thought she could turn me into a hollow, invisible man. She miscalculated. The first fracture in her plan appeared through her best friend. A late-night message. "I don't agree with what she's doing. You don't deserve this." I stared at the words while my wife slept beside me, smelling faintly of cologne that wasn't mine. After a long pause I typed, "Thank you." Her reply came instantly. "You're not crazy. She's being selfish. I can see it." Those words wrapped around me like a rope thrown to someone drowning. Our texts grew longer each night. She listened. She soothed. She reminded me I wasn't insignificant. When I finally heard her voice on the phone, gentle, sincere, saying, "I care about you," something inside me flickered back to life. I told myself it was only comfort. But at the next family dinner, her gaze lingered just a little too long. And later, sitting together on her porch beneath warm lights, our hands brushed, and neither of us moved away. The first kiss was hesitant, then urgent, and though guilt pricked at me, I didn't stop. For the first time in months I felt wanted. But the more dangerous spark came from someone even closer, her sister. Younger, sharper, unfiltered. After a family lunch, she cornered me. "I've heard about you and her best friend. Is it true?" I dodged the question, but she pressed harder. "Don't lower yourself to her level. You deserve better." The way she said better made something tense in my chest. A week later we found ourselves alone, standing too close, and the inevitable happened. A reckless, breathless kiss charged with anger and longing. I knew then I had stepped fully into the chaos my wife created, not as her pawn but as her opponent. Fate, of course, loves cruel timing. One evening, just as her sister and I were inches from kissing again, my wife walked in. Her face, shock, fury, betrayal all tangled together. "Not just him, but you? My own sister?" She screamed, shaking with rage, then stormed out, leaving us frozen in the fallout. The aftermath was brutal. Friends whispered. Family judged. Her affair partner disappeared. Her confidence cracked. She had built her throne on lies, and suddenly she was standing alone. Meanwhile, I, her supposed victim, was surrounded by the two people she thought would always stand beside her. Her best friend defended me openly. "You don't deserve him," she told my wife. Her sister, guilty but unable to deny the connection between us, stayed by my side. My wife had opened the marriage to crown herself queen. Instead, she found herself dethroned and abandoned by her own inner circle. One night she came home demanding answers. Why I wasn't jealous anymore, why I didn't care where she went. I simply smiled. "Isn't this the freedom you wanted?" And for the first time I saw fear in her eyes. She no longer held the strings. She was the one unraveling. Nights she once spent with her secret lover were now filled with whispered calls from her best friend. Afternoons once reserved for her flirtations now burned with the forbidden electricity of her sister's touch. And in that tangled, chaotic mess I saw the truth clearly. She tried to humiliate me. She tried to break me. But instead, she pushed me straight into the arms of the very people who were supposed to be loyal to her. She built her own downfall. And I walked out of her game not shattered, but awake. Not the victim. The victor. She wanted an open marriage. So I gave her one, just not the version she imagined. Because while she lost everything, I found the one thing she never expected me to hold again. Power.